She broke records set by Adele. Now, Raye is shaking up the Grammys Best New Artist race. In late November, Raye was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards including Best New Artist. The news couldn't have been better timed. I was having a really tough, emotional day, maybe it was my time of the month, but it was one of those times when you're just overthinking everything, the British singer tells USA Today. She reluctantly agreed to watch the Grammy announcement with her team, having zero expectations for any nominations. After all, she released her debut album, My 21st Century Blues, in early 2023, and assumed it had been long forgotten by Recording Academy voters. Then it came on the telly, and I just started crying and screaming, says Raye, who was also nominated for Best Songwriter of the Year, Non-Classical. My day completely transformed, it was just the craziest feeling ever. Raye, 27, is no stranger to recognition. She swept last year's Brit Awards, the UK's Grammy equivalent, with 6 trophies including Best Album, breaking Adele's record for the most wins in one night. But there's something uniquely special about the Grammys for the South London native, who first dreamed of pursuing music as a 9-year-old girl. As soon as you're even old enough to envision that for yourself, you picture the ludicrous idea of one day having one of those beautiful, gold-plated gramophones with the etching of your name on the side, Raye says. I was like, will I ever be able to make something that cuts through enough that I could be recognized at the most prestigious music awards? It means everything. Raye will face stiff competition in the Best New Artist category from Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Shaboozey, Benson Boone, Khruangbin, Doechii and Teddy Swims. Here's what else you should know about her. Raye is outspoken about the challenges of signing to a major label. Born Rachel Keane, the affable artist grew up singing in church with her English dad and Ghanaian Swiss mum. She signed to Polydor Records at 17, releasing 6 EPs and writing songs for other pop stars such as Beyoncé, Charli XCX and Ellie Goulding. But in 2021, Raye tweeted that she was barred from releasing her debut album if lead single, Call on Me, underperformed. And weeks later, she announced that she was an independent artist after parting ways with Polydor. Now, Raye speaks candidly about the pitfalls of signing to a major label as a young and vulnerable singer with no established industry connections. You have no leverage when you're negotiating those contracts in your early years, which can have devastating consequences later in your career, Raye explains. The label takes 85% and you take 15%. I was told that was a really good deal by my lawyers at the time. But what they don't tell you is that every single penny they spend on you has to be recouped first out of your 15% before you're going to get paid for your record sales. That didn't even account for touring and merchandising percentages, she adds, which were separate negotiations within the contract. These are all very large, intimidating things that you don't realize until you're 5 years deep in your contract, like, wait, why am I not making any money from these songs? She says, it's a lot. Although plenty of artists blur genre lines, Raye's music is almost impossible to neatly define. Her viral hit, Escapism, is a silky blend of pop and hip-hop, while last year's Genesis is a 7-minute odyssey through propulsive R&B, gospel choirs and big band crooning. Some of her most popular singles are garage house anthems with Disclosure, Waterfall, and Rudimental, Regardless, as well as the fluttering EDM remix, Prada, which has more than 800 million Spotify streams. The truth isn't pretty, my dear, she admits. But when you're on stage, singing that music with listeners who empathize deeply can be so powerful. There are moments when I'm like, why did I share all of this? I'll be doing an interview and someone will say, so tell me about your experience with sexual assault. It's definitely intense at times, but when I meet someone who's expressing their pain to me, I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude that I could have provided some musical medicine for them.